should have done that. Oh, cool. What's up, Zach? Yeah, my first one on. Hey, konnichiwa. Hey, yeah, it's almost 11 o'clock here. So I finally figured out the time zone. How you doing? What's going on? What's new on this? Let me see if you hit a comment. No, okay. What's up? ZVK Production in the house. I got 3 more minutes before I'll start. But all is well. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm having a good time, and that's about all I can say. What's new with you? Nope. Somebody else joined. Show yourself. Don't talk Japan to me. Oh, you're at jury duty. Oh, and that's right. It's 12 o'clock. I remember when I was on jury duty way back when in New York, and I wanted to get on a case, but as it got closer to my end date, then I would I only got called twice, interviewed twice. The first time, and I was like, yeah, what I would do, and they didn't take me. And the next time, I answered a question saying, that I couldn't be biased. Because I only had 1 day to go. And when I was on jury, and I was in New York, that's back in my 20s. And then when I was in Chicago, the only time I was on jury duty in Chicago, I never got called. So I spent the whole day in there and just chilling. In fact, most of us who were there that day didn't get called. I think they only maybe called two different cases that day. Very few people. Okay, I just saw a thumbs up from somebody. Hey, what's up, Felicia? Oh, it says there's a comment, but the comment is from Zach. Oh, it's not from you. What's up, Felicia? All right, fam. What we got? Less than 2 minutes. Hey, what's up, Donna? Checking in from the CLT. One of my favorite people in Charlotte. What a blessing to have been able to meet you, Donna. Thank you. You and Marvin. Donna Summers and Marvin Gaye. That's what we call them. That's how you can remember them. What's that say? When criminal case with our folks always say, I know the person. What's up, Sean? Checking in from New Orleans. Hey, Joanne, New York, back in the house. Okay, we got less than a minute to go. Yeah, Donna, I'm looking good in Japan. Hey, you know what? The Japanese are trying to draft me to stay, but I'm not going to do it. I'm coming back home. All right. Yeah, they asked me would I stay longer, but I said, nah, let me get out of here. I just make it a little short stop and make a move on. Okay, yeah. Yep, Joanne, looking forward to seeing you this summer. Okay, we got less than a minute, but we don't need to wait for a minute. Welcome to Glue Wednesday. If it's your first time, let me see. No, none of you are first time. Well, Donna, I think this is your first time I've seen you on live with my Glue Wednesday broadcast, and I call it Glue. Oh, you loving that shirt? No, that's not Obama 2020. I'm going to come to that. What? Oh, does it say 2020? It sure does. 2020. I didn't even read it, but it's going to come into play. And it's so funny because even as we see people like the other day, Marvin, what's up, cuz? And what's up, Jane? Marvin had on a T-shirt that said, "Do you miss me yet?" And it had Obama's picture. And some of the Japanese people were cracking up laughing at it. But look, I'm going to get right into it. I'm going to give you my 5. Oh, you're saying 2020. I hear you. Okay, Sean. But Donna, you're saying 2020. Yeah, Michelle, right? And if you look at my Facebook pictures, you'll see the back of the T-shirt too. It also it's got the seal of America. Was for the 44th. Oops, 44th press. Okay, Jane. Hi, Professor. Ready for class. Okay, here, Zet, you got on your Obama shirt? You see how we do? Yo, Zetine Thornton, if you see that name, that's my sister, that's my twin. And just so happens we wear the same, we even knew what to connect with, all right? But look, I'm going to give y'all my 5 tips that I call them my off-the-cuff tips for vacationing, because here I am in Japan. And so I just came up with these 5, and I think they'd be good discussion. The first tip is I don't sightsee. I don't sightsee. I check out and enjoy. In other words, before I'm going on a vacation, I really don't. I did research Japan, Osaka, Japan, when I knew I was coming to see, different types of food that they eat and things like that. But I didn't make a plan of this day I'm going to go sightsee here and I'm going to sightsee this and that. Yeah, and so I don't sightsee. And for me, pictures are not as important as the memories are. As many pictures as I've posted, I even have one of my friends, Warren. Oh God, now that punched me in the head. But he said this is the best free vacation I've ever had. Because I know I've posted a lot of pictures. Who's trying to call me? Okay, all right. But I know I posted a lot of pictures, but I've been here since last Monday. So I've been here over a week. I've been here 9 days, 9 days now. And hey Kenny, as many pictures as it seems like I've taken, I haven't taken a lot of pictures because I'm not a picture taker. And so I say to you on your vacation, again, for me, wait, I'm looking at my notes because I wrote them down. Pictures are not as important as memories, but take the pictures that create the memories. See, so I like to take pictures that when I look at them, I say, oh yeah, that was the day that we did X, Y, Z. You know what? I'm not a tour guide, so I'm not interested in getting pictures of all the great shrines in Japan, the Empire State Building in New York, the Statue of Liberty, the Eiffel Tower in Paris. I don't do that. I'm not a tour guide. So, so I will, hey, what's up, John, my brother? I'm going to take pictures that are going to bring back memories for me of what I did to enjoy the vacation. You're not on vacation to let someone else enjoy. Why? Some people might say, well, this way you might want to go once you take the pictures. If you want to go to that place, you'll go. You don't need to see my pictures to decide you want to go to Japan. P.S. By the way, Japan wasn't necessarily on my list. I wanted to go to Japan one day, but this was just a great opportunity that presented itself where Marvin was coming to Japan because his son signed with a professional basketball team. Otherwise, he didn't have I'm going to Japan in 2019 on his calendar either. It was a great opportunity, and we were able to jump at the opportunity. So that's why I say, people are going to go, where they're going to go anyway. So to me, it's not about the picture. So that's tip number 1. I don't sightsee. I check out and enjoy. And in fact, I even said to Marvin today, I said, look, well, I'm not a sightseer, but I don't stop anybody from sightseeing. And so I was just fine, chilling out, walking with him as he checked out things, because that's fine. Everybody has different interests, and he was looking for certain things, and we found some of them, and then meanwhile we found some other great things. So it's just having a ball. So like I said, I'm just creating memories. Tip number 2, which goes with tip number 1. The reason I don't sightsee and don't worry about to take the pictures, because you know what? I'm not looking for New York City wherever I go or home. See, I don't worry about comparing where I am to where I'm from. Even I've lived in New York, Washington, D.C., Chicago, and now Charlotte. And I've had, people say, oh, well, what did you like best? And I don't even hesitate. New York. I'm not comparing cities and places when I go. I enjoy being where I am. And, you can't compare it. See, I don't worry about comparing. I appreciate where I am. Because you can't compare it. If you've lived one place longer than the other place, how can you compare it? You've seen the good and bad of the other place, the place that you've been at and the longest. So therefore, it's easier to see cleaner streets here than in New York because you haven't been here all day. You haven't been here 3 or 4 years. In New York, you can find plenty of clean spots. Charlotte, Charlotte looks cleaner than New York, but I've been in Charlotte 8 years now, and it's now to the point where I've seen some places that just it's dirty, and I'm just using New York as a comparison because they like to make it sound like New York is the dirtiest place in the world, but it's not. So, it really is. Again, it goes with last week's broadcast of exposure. When you go to different places, you start to see different things, and you start to hang out in different neighborhoods, and so you get the feel. So don't look for home wherever you go. Look for appreciating what that place has to offer, and that's tip number 2. Is there and looking? Okay, that's it. Tip number 2. So tip number 3: I don't change who I am just because I'm on vacation. I don't change who I am just because I'm on vacation. There's the joke. Hey, what's up, Pops? When somebody said, when in Rome, do as the Romans do, and I put when in Rome, watch what the Romans do. You'll see one of my videos that I sent earlier of me in this restaurant where you have to catch the fish and they serve it. They cook it and serve it. Now, the whole concept of it, I was ready for it, right? And Marv caught his fish, and Marvin's son caught his fish. I couldn't do it. If y'all saw that, I know you got a good laugh. All my Harlemites and my urbanites, I was like, yeah, I wouldn't do it either. I was scared. It's not my thing. And like I said, ain't no shame in my game. I didn't mind posting it because I thought it was hilarious. But that's going to actually be tip number 4: is find the funny and have fun. I mean, why do I need to hide the fact that I didn't want to touch a fish? Now, I didn't have to touch it, by the way. I couldn't even deal with the fact that if it was hooked on the other end of the thing and having to pull it up because the fish is fighting back. And so I didn't want to do that. So like I said, I went on and posted it and cracked up laughing because it was fun. Wait, you should have seen Marvin's son. Marcus was rolling because every now and then my body would just jerk because I call it anticipation of fear or pain, and just the thought of the fish, because even when Marvin caught his, then he put his hand in there and took the hook out of it. I told him, I said, only thing I can touch are dogs and cats. That's it. I can't even touch. We used to have a hamster. I can't touch a hamster anymore. I would touch it and move my hand real fast. It's not what I do. Okay, you won't see me at a petting zoo, or you'll see me there taking the video. Okay, but like I said, I don't change who I am just because I'm on vacation. And as much as people like to joke, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. First of all, there's the new saying is what happens in Vegas didn't happen. That's the other vacation I'm saying. But when I'm saying I don't change who I am because I'm on vacation, I still have my principles and ethics and values of who I am as a person. And I go, just like I say, I don't look for home when I'm visiting someplace. I don't look to make the people where I am feel like they owe me a visit. I'm in their country in this case. And so I'm happy to try to work with them. We had a situation where we had a semi, by the way, super semi nasty cab driver. And we felt his angst. And so we got out the cab and just took another cab. But then I said to Marvin, but flip the coin. If that had been a Japanese person in New York with a New York cab driver, that cab driver would have cursed him out and been really nasty. So that's why I call this guy semi. And I'm sure it was partially because he had 3 dudes. He wasn't gonna get but so nasty. You got to take all that into perspective. But that's one of the things that I said. I think I said it last week. What I'm enjoying about the vacation is being the outsider. I'm being the one with the communication block, and I love that. Where I'm at the behest of the hometown. If they don't want to help me, I don't get helped. Okay, I understand. I couldn't do it either. Oh, thank you, Jane. Yeah, so how your communication is 55, 38, 7. 55% of your communication is how you look. 38% is the tone of your voice, and only 7% the words you use. In other words, because we know that we can't always understand someone, but if your tone is right, that will make somebody be more than willing to help you. So I don't change who I am just because I'm on vacation. I'm sporty all the way. And I do say I'm not worried about trying all of the new things. You know, we're trying all of the different foods, but try them in moderation. You know, I have managed to stick to eating Japanese food, except, you know, okay, I bought some croissants at like a 7-Eleven. P.S. By the way, they got so many 7-Elevens here. It's hilarious. And then and I'm talking like sometimes 3 blocks away from each other, and then another 3 blocks. And then on the other side of the street is a store called Family Mart, which is like a 7-Eleven. So, but you know, in terms of eating the lunches and the dinners, I've been very good at, you know, at us eating at the Japanese restaurants and stuff like that. So that's been fun, but nothing ridiculous. You know, we went to a sushi bar the other night, and we tried one new thing. We were like, okay, that we don't like that. It was the octopus. You know, if you take your dentures out with you. Okay, so, but you know, just because you're somewhere new, make sure you eat. You gotta try their food. Okay. Thing number 4, and that is, and I mentioned it already, find the funny and have fun. Find funny, you know, you gotta look for funny things. Here's one of the funny things that I found out here is the translation. You know, you saw my post about where it said toilet man and toilet woman, and I said, oh, these the new superheroes. Well, the translation, obviously, those were the bathrooms. They don't necessarily, most of them don't say bathrooms. If a foreigner will say, you have to ask, where's the toilet? And so, you know, obviously that was the men's toilet and the woman's toilet, but just the order of it, where it said toilet man instead of men's toilet, I just laughed and, you know, using my creativity, just say, oh yeah, toilet man, the new superhero. And then, of course, there was a toilet woman. What's up, Bard? Good time. Good seeing you. What's up, Luana? So then when we went to a basketball game, when the guy hit a 3-point shot for the home team, they flashed the thing across the screen, and it said 3-point shoot, you know, because they misspelled shot. So, you know, I got a good laugh. That's what I'm saying. There's some funny things in the translation. And, you know, I'm not joking at the Japanese about their language, you know, I'm not being the angry or the ugly American. I'm enjoying some of the translation, because imagine now, again, see, every now and then you got to put the shoe on the other foot and flip the coin. Is if I'm trying to speak Japanese, I'll probably make a wrong intonation or move a word somewhere, and it'll come out, you know, where I'm reading it book smart, you know, or language smart, but not really translation smart. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just like you don't know how to conjugate the verbs. What's up, Bethy? Okay. You know, you don't know how to conjugate. I'm glad you made it home safe. You don't know how to conjugate the verbs. So we sound just as funny whenever, and by we, I mean whether you're American, whatever language you are, if you're the visitor and you're talking a foreign language, you don't have it all the way broken down. So you're going to sound just as funny to them as we may think they sound funny to us. Isn't that part of the beauty of life? And again, it goes back to our exposure and just enjoying it, okay? All right. Then, so that's my 4th tip. Is there anything else to that tip? Yeah, so find the funny and have some fun. You know, I've had several people laugh at, and I had this guy, he taught me how to say, because I told him I wanted to go beyond just saying thank you. Thank you is arigato. Arigato is thank you. And so it's good enough but I kept hearing them saying arigato something, something, something. And I'm like, no, I don't want to sound like I'm just being able to read the cue card. If you try to add a little something, it shows that you're trying to learn the language, and you will be more accepted. So I had the guy, and he spoke no English, so it was hard for him to get. I couldn't get him to say I couldn't say how do you say, and so I said arigato. He said, yeah, arigato. I said, but arigato. You know, can you see me say? I'm saying, what else do you say? And he wasn't getting it. Well, sure enough, it was so cool that another Japanese guy happened to come down off the elevator. But this was in a hotel, first hotel we were in. And when he checked out, And he said, "Arigato gozaimasu." And I was like, "That's it," because he couldn't understand. I said, "That's it." What was that extra thing you said to him? And I don't remember this thing, the hand gestures I made, but then he saw what I was trying to say is, what's the extra thing you say? And so he taught me gozaimasu, gozaimasu. So thank you very much. So I did it, with hands. I said hand tie. So it's hand tie, arigato, gozai, no, like sai imasu. So it's hand tie, arigato gozaimasu. That's thank you very much. And so even if I messed that up, again, think about how many people would appreciate that I tried the language. And that can make a difference for you when you're traveling and vacationing, how people will be receptive to the fact that you try to speak their language. Hey, Diane. All right. So that's tip number 5. Number 4, find the funny and have fun by trying to speak the language and helping people out. And so my last tip is number 5, and that is look forward to going home. How about that for a vacation tip? Look forward to going home, y'all. You got to get on with your life. A vacation is what it is. It's a vacation. It's a break, and it's necessary. But you've got to get back to your life and this gift that God has given you, the people and the things that He has put into your life that you appreciate, and you can put yourself back on the pace of enjoying who you are. So I think the most important thing in a vacation is ultimately to look forward to going home. That's why it's called a vacation, unless you're looking to relocate. Look forward. I'm looking so forward to going home. What's up, Fine? I'm looking forward to going home and getting back to doing what I do and working, in my speaking business, seeing the people I love and, catching up with things. That's what I do. That's what gives me purpose and reason. That's what gets me through the day. That's how I got to go on vacation. So look forward to going home. And, and that's why even what I did while I was on vacation was I had theme days. So this is why I mentioned to you earlier, Donna. Yeah, I got on my Obama shirt today because my theme today, if you saw my post earlier, was have a presidential mindset. See, back to reality. That's right. Get back to reality and get ready for more later. Missed you too, Bethy. Thank you at the conference. And yesterday speaking of Beth, yesterday my theme was I had my AATH shirt on, which is Association for Applied and Therapeutic Humor. And that's an association that I'm a member of where we believe in the healing power of laughter. The day before, my theme was faith. I think you saw the day. Then my first day, I had dedicated that to my mother and to my nieces and nephews. So everything I'm doing on my vacation is taking me back home. I'm enjoying where I am, but I have a theme every morning to just to give myself something to do and to feel good about what I'm wearing and how I'm feeling, how my day is going to go by. So I had a theme every day. And what that theme does, by the way, is once again reconnects you to who you are, what you have in your life, and appreciate how God has brought you this far in life. So don't get caught up on a vacation and thinking that this is, oh man, we don't have this back in the States. Yes, we do. Why do you think people come on vacation where we are? You are always going to see something that looks nicer. Yes, and I represented FCBC. And I always mess. I told a guy that I go to church online. Seti, tell me what FCB stands for. First Corinthians Baptist Church. Boom, got it. Okay, and so so I definitely look forward to getting back home. And everybody has to have a good time wherever they go. So there's my 5 tips. Okay, and you don't have to do it my way, by the way. But I don't sightsee. I check out and enjoy. I make sure that the pictures create it's more important for me to have memories than pictures, but I do the pictures that create the memories. I don't look for home. I appreciate where I am. I don't look for home and compare that place to where I live or where I want to be. I appreciate what they have. 3, I don't change who I am based on where I am. I'm still sporty, and I have to represent. P.S. By the way, as an entrepreneur, that's especially important, because who knows? I could end up talking to someone and get some business over here based on who I am. Even if you're not an entrepreneur, you may be representing, just when you talk about where you work, that may have an impact. You just never know. One of the things I posted when we were on a street corner, they have a thing that showed that the sister cities around the world. There were 4 sister cities that are connected to this place in where we were in. Were we in Kyoto? No, we're in Fukouka, something like that. Oh, Fukouka. And they have sister cities around the world, and one of their sister cities is actually Oakland, California. So, so just that may mean you can connect and represent who you are. 4, find the funny and have some fun wherever you go, because you're going to find fun people when you show yourself to be a fun person. And 5, look forward to going home. We're leaving here next Monday, 15th tax day, and I'll be back in the United States. We're 11 hours back behind here, so everybody asked me going, oh, how long is the flight? And I said, from when the pilot takes off to when the pilot lands. So at least since then, I found out that it's like 14 hours, but I still don't care. The flight is from when the pilot takes off until the pilot lands. Why do I need to know that? I don't really need to know how long the flight is. If I know what my arrival time is and I have an Uber schedule or someone scheduled to pick me up, that's fine. I don't need to do the math of how long that flight is, because I don't fly the plane. And so, and if depending on the weather, that will change how long the flight is, that because we might take off at a different time. You know what? June, that would be in my tips. I could get in there as an A or 2 or 3A, and that is let it go. What you don't control, you don't control. That's one of the reasons we go on vacation, is to let go. Because then I realize, we got a lot of things that we have to control and be concerned about. But on vacation, that's where you can let yourself go and relax. And it's funny, like one of the things Marvin said, this is a 2-week vacation. And we were saying how, after about 5 or 6 days, you start to come down a little bit and really relax. As you're not going to relax the first couple of days, because you still, got that speed going from where you came from. I remember that first happened to me when I went on a 7-day cruise after going on like 4 3-day cruises where we had to get everything in for the weekend. And then you got a whole 7-day cruise. So I'm busting my butt doing things in 3 days. I'm like, whoa, I got 4 more days to go. Let me chill out and enjoy my vacation. All right. So my wrap up is about the whole thing of vacation is that, vacations to other places are fun and necessary. But you can vacation right where you are, through reading a book, through meditation, through prayer, through appreciation of your surroundings, being open-minded and bringing people into your life. See, don't let yourself create a list of regrets. Even I don't like to use the term bucket list. I call it a live it list, because I'm not kicking nothing. I'm not giving up on anything I do. So everything that's on my list is for me to live another way and learn another thing and be a bigger version of who I am. And that's kind of what I enjoy doing. Let me see, what'd you say, Jane? Don't worry, just have a great time. Right, life is too short to worry about things that you can't control. 80-year-old people say life is short. So just really find ways to, hey, Angie, to enjoy yourself and vacation right where you are. The friends you have, you know, even think about it. Sometimes we may, you know, when we vacation somewhere and with the tourists, we treat the people differently. Well, we can treat our own people that way. You know, we don't have to get caught up. You know, for instance, I don't know. I don't really. I can't really understand what's going on in the news station. Isn't that wonderful? Sometimes you need to take a vacation from the stress in your life in your home. Have a no TV day. You know, it's just like those challenges that people have. A no technology challenge for 21 days. You don't have to do 21 days. Do 24 hours. Do 21 minutes, 21, you know, hours a day. Just don't watch the news. You know, try to see if you can go a day or how many hours you can go without saying something negative. You know, without being pissed off. You know, all we can take vacations because a vacation is a state of mind. And so we can take vacations anywhere we are at any time we want. Yeah, be a tourist in your own community. That's a good suggestion right there as well, Angie, because I grew up in New York. You know what? I never went to the Empire State Building. I never went to the Statue of Liberty. You know, so, you know, that's the type of things that we can, and I don't regret those things, by the way. I didn't do it. So, you know, don't stress yourself about what you, I can't afford to go on vacation. Yes, you can. You can't afford not to go on vacation. You got to, you know, it's just like people say, I want to get the negative people out of my life. You can't get negative people out of your life. You don't need to categorize them as negative all the time. Sometimes people are afraid and they do stuff that gives off a negative vibe. Sometimes when you allow people and you empower them and allow them, you accept how they act, then you decide that they're negative when they're not. They're just being who they are. And if you keep accepting that, then they will magnify it even more because they don't know any better. They think, well, this is who I am. This is who you're accepting me to be. Where's the negativity? How about showing them how much more positive you can be, or not accepting certain types of activity while you're around? And once they see, I can't be that way when I'm with you, well, then that might be what helps them reevaluate, because it's still a decision that they have to make. So even though I'm closing out and it seems like that may be off the topic, it never really is, because, you know, we're talking about a mindset, and vacation is a mindset. So I wish you a happy vacation. Oh my God, what did this thing do? Okay. I wonder if y'all could still see me. Okay, you probably could, but it took me to another screen because I clicked on something by accident. Yeah, these things are starting to pop up, and I need to get on the road. Okay. All right, go on, Angie. Get your walk, because it's time for me to get off of this thing, too. But, hey, what's up, Gerald Rat? Glad y'all are, and again, I'm having a great time here in Japan. I'll be back home next week. You know, I got Obama hanging out with me today. I don't know what my theme is going to be tomorrow, but you know what? I don't have to worry about that. And neither do you. Let your theme be that God's love undoes everything. Glue Wednesday, GLUE. You need to find ways to keep it together, because it's never about getting over and getting over the hump. And remember, hold on, because sometimes hanging on just ain't enough. I'll see you next week back in the United States. God bless you. Let's see who I need to say goodbye to. Okay, Todd, I'll see you back there, family. And thank you, Jay. The professor has spoken. And you know what? Not just preaching the word, but not practicing what I preach, but preaching what I practice. So you got to make sure you do all of that sometimes. Okay, find something that you will enjoy. I love doing my needlepoint. Oh, and imagine doing your needlepoint in different settings. See, that becomes a vacation too. Let me see. I'm just going to answer any more comments without my glasses. I can see. Okay. Thanks for sharing the outdoors and the tour. Yeah, you're welcome. The photos, and I'm gonna still share some more. But like I said, I'm not one walking around taking a whole bunch of pictures. That's a lot of pictures for me. All right, God bless. I love y'all. Peace.